Previously on Minecraft Timelocke. Just a s- Oh, okay. Uh-oh. That's it. Oh, crap. Well, welcome back into another episode. Last episode was a little unexpected of an ending for it. We're gonna start off by making a little bit of a clock since I've never made one before, and we can see what time of day it is easier. And this just came in the new update, so take advantage of it. So, I've regathered some stuff. Not really. I just got out of the chest and went and got some wood, so we're at least in a better spot than we were. Let's try to make our way back down and recoup from our loss last episode. We do need to go mine for more iron now because we don't have too much of it left. A little bit there, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, see. I'm gonna die so many times in this series because I'm just so reckless with things. It's gonna happen. I'm just waiting. I'm assuming it was this way we went. Yep. Okay. Oh, great. And things are spawning. Why? Okay, well, I know where he is. Okay, I'm really glad that thing died. Okay, we gotta see where the spawn for him was. Here? Okay. Okay, well, we found the spawn for him. And we don't have food because we lost all of our food. Things are not going well. Gotta completely recoup now. Okay. So today we got a PB voiceover for the rest of this, as when I was originally recording it, I didn't talk a lot, and after I recorded this little intro part, I was just gonna scrap the whole thing, and then I remembered my interaction with the creeper, so I ended up keeping that. So how's everybody doing? As I'm recording this, it's actually been a hot minute since we've uploaded. It's been about 5 days, which is gonna be the longest that I've went without uploading a video of it. I have played a tiny bit. I have two other sessions recorded. This one's actually footage from before episode 10. So that's why there's a clock randomly in my inventory last episode if you saw that, but don't worry, there's no continuity issues with that. I just didn't get a chance to get a voiceover done in the time before that. But I hope everyone's having a great day so far, because I am. And today on the docket, as we talk about, is going to be my piece of cardboard that I haven't talked about in a couple episodes since before we updated to 1.2. And so we have done three of the topics on here. And today we're going to dive into my history on YouTube, as this account right here is not my first channel, and I guarantee it won't be my last. I have ideas for other stuff in completely different genres. But my time on YouTube, I think it goes to about 2016-ish is about when it started. I was 13 years ago. I was like 8. I was like 7 or 8 years old back when the first time I ever recorded stuff. And I've always been a person who would record things back when I was really little, whether it would be on my little iPod Touch I had, on my grandparents, iPads, on all kinds of little things like that. I was always somebody who would record things or make videos or try to do stuff like that, because I was always super inspired by YouTubers I watched and things I did. So one of the earliest things I ever remember recording was actually back when I played on Xbox 360. I set my phone up and or my iPod, whatever it was, and I recorded myself playing on my Xbox 360 in one of my worlds. I think I still have this video. It is unlisted on my original channel, which is my same channel that I still use today to watch YouTube, which I've had connected for all of these years. So it's really funny. I would have to go look and see if it's still there, but I'm pretty sure it's unlisted because that's where it really started. And then also what I would do was what I'd do with my cousin is we would make little videos with toys and stuffed animals and stuff like that and record and all kinds of little things. So that's really where where that all started was making videos like that, and that also led into making random videos outside with friends when I would either go camping or go walking out on a trail or little things like that. One of my friends who unfortunately he passed away about 4 or so years ago. I ended up going through my iPod and I ended up finding a video of him when we were walking on a trail back by my old house. So that is one of the really cool things about it is I was actually able to find memories from people I can't make memories with anymore and stuff. So it was really cool finding that years later. And I ended up, I think, backing all that stuff up to my other computer. So I didn't have any of those files lost. And I also did the similar stuff with my 3DS, which I recorded very few videos on, which is really funny to think about, is how the crappy quality on the DS is like one of my few snapshots back into 10, 10 or so years ago. 10, almost 15, because the DS has been out since like 2013, 2014. Yeah, no, because Pokemon X came out, I think, in like 2013, 2014. So yeah, it was around probably 2012-ish would be my guess. But it is really wild to think about how that happens. As I ever scroll through like my Google Photos and I go back long enough, it is literally only photos from my Nintendo DS from like 2009 and 2010. And then you got videos once the 3DS allowed video case sharing because my DSi only was letting photos on, which was like a big selling point of those DSs when they came out. But I am getting a bit distracted here. So my first original channel is my personal one with that I still use to this day, and that's where I end up still watching YouTube. And I actually ended up years ago. Crap, how long ago was this? I would whenever I'd record videos or anything, I would always upload there unlisted, so then I could have an easy way of sharing my videos to other people, which is a really good way of doing it because YouTube is a great place for video file sharing. If you just unlist it and then you just send that link to the people you want to see it, and then you don't worry about other people seeing it because it's a hidden video, which will be pretty difficult for people to find. And then after they find it, you can either private it for your personal use or just fully remove the video, which is always an option to do for it. But yeah, that was my first ever channel. On there, I remember I did a few little things. I recorded stuffed animal videos. I remember playing Minecraft. I recorded pranks with my little cousin on my grandparents when we were in their office and other little things like that. And that's really what led to that. Another thing was with my step sibling. What we did was on Christmas Eve we would always head over to my grandma's, and we one time recorded, I think it was just called Grandma's Hockey or something, where we literally just played hockey out in the garage. And she uploaded this video and it got like 900 views like within like a day or two. And we were like, what in the world is up with this? And it was very weird. Like we never recorded, uploaded anything, never got views because I look back at that stuff now, it has like maybe what 10, 15 views max, and half of them are from me. So it was really weird seeing the fact I was like, oh wow, what the heck? Like this actually got tons of views, and that was our first virality moment, and that's going to be the peak of it for probably another 10 years, funny enough, where that led into. So that was it for that. And then I think the video got deleted or her account got removed. I don't remember exactly, but I know the video has become lost media at this point. Maybe if I go back in time to when we recorded it, go back on the Wayback Machine, maybe there's a chance to find it. But that sounds like a different day's issue. But yeah, and so that's where that channel ended. And then after that was my first channel where I actually tried posting lots of random stuff. This was a channel I made with my little sister, and so it was literally just it was semi named after us. It was very simple to find, and this was back when you could make business accounts on your original Gmail, which is something they removed at least like 10 years ago at this point. Like, it's been a long time since you've been able to do this, where when you made an account, you had the option to make a business profile under it. So my one Gmail has both of my personal and this business one under it. So it's Unless they moved where you could do it is I remember them getting rid of this option years ago. But so whenever I sign into something, it lets me pick between both channels under one. So it's really weird because I just had to sign in back to my YouTube on my TV, and it let me pick, and it always makes me think back to, oh yeah, I remember when this was a thing you had to do for it. But we ended up making a channel, and on here we mostly did skits. We did skits with some friends. With it was just me, her, and some of our friends. We would do this stuff with, and then that led into content. This channel was, I think, 2018 through just before COVID. No, it was probably 2017 to 2019 would be my guess. Maybe even sooner than that, but there's a lot of channels I was inspired by that we did things by. Obviously, skits was a big thing that I grew up enjoying and wanted to make some. So I was always the director type. I'd be like, okay, let's do this, and you guys do this, and I hold the camera like, no, let's cut that. And so I had tons of fun doing that, and we would always upload the stuff. And then another big thing was, as I've talked about before, I was very inspired by Good Mythical Morning. So we started a little talk show, and I have been scared to open this talk show up and look at it because I don't even want to know what what is there and what I sounded like when I was a child and stuff. Like, it worries me to even get the thought of opening up and hearing what I sounded like or stuff I did. But we did blindfolded taste tests. We talked about sports. We did like tons of little tiny things. I think maybe we ran for like maybe 10, 15 episodes. So about the length of this series right now. And so it was a fun little thing. Only a couple ended up getting any views. I could actually pull this up as we're talking because I am slightly curious about at least this channel, or in the very least, how well it was doing. But yeah, so it was about 20, yeah, so 24, okay, I should probably not link docs too much from it, but that was a big thing we did was we did skits and then we did other stuff like that. So yeah, I was looking on here, literally I have a private episode from something I wanted to show, and I'm scrolling real quick. So the first thing that I have left that is public, which I know I had tons more stuff that I probably just privated, was me playing Clash Royale in 2018. Not 20, was it 2018? Crap, I can't do math. Yo, no, it was like 2017, me playing Clash Royale, which is really weird because now I could look back at it and see how different the game was because I had tons of fun playing. This was back when there was this free video recorder you could get on your phone. It was like this orange app. I forget the name of it, but it had a little tiny symbol on the corner of the screen and like that's what you could use for it and stuff, and it was really neat for this at the very least. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just like looking through all this stuff and it's very interesting from just the crappy thumbnails and like me and my sibling from 8 years ago, how how different things are and where things have ended up going from there. But yeah, it was very simple gameplay videos we did too. I think I played The Sims a couple times, played Clash Royale five or so times. Played Terraria a little bit and stuff like that. But my favorite part of all of that was definitely the skits we did. I had tons of fun with that. There was a series. I don't know if I ever actually like uploaded it or made it, but we recorded tons of episodes for it. It may still be on that iPad that I've talked about a couple times that I had gotten from my grandma, which I originally had played Minecraft on. I may need to go find this iPad and see how many of these old skits are still there that I've just never touched. Because I know there's a good amount of videos that we did. There was this one skit I remember where, where I had two of the people drinking, and they threw a glass bottle on the floor. We literally smashed a bottle on the floor in the living room. I don't remember why, but I vividly can remember just the bottle smashing onto the floor. Just funny little memories and stuff like that. So that was the channel that had the biggest success, and that's one I had the most fun with, and that like holds my memories the most because the one before that was I was even smaller. I had no clue what copyright was and stuff like that. So the next channel, I'm trying to think, it'd be one of two. I made one channel with very similar to my Xbox username where I just uploaded a few Minecraft shorts and I was playing with M Creator, which if you know what that is, it's a program that lets you make mods for Minecraft, but it's very basic. Like they make it in like almost block coding, and it's very what's what I'm looking for. It's not properly made, like it's not efficient. It's just quick. Some are somewhat janky. They have preset textures, so it's literally just like you can just name things, have ideas and stuff like that. No, like actual having to code or stuff like that for it. Well, there is options if you wanted to really code through it, but they didn't make it mandatory for it, and they had like certain like procedures you could block code and stuff like that. So I remember making a mod for that when I discovered that. I made like jade ore and sort of stuff like that. So I made like a jade furnace, and so I made a let's play where I just time lapsed and listened to music as I played it. So I made like 3 or 4 little videos on there, and it was it for that one. So the next channel I can vividly remember. This one was in 2019. I was in like 8th grade or something. There was if you know what Peeps are, they are a marshmallow candy, typically in America. They're for Easter and stuff like that. Where did I go? I went to some store. I went to some budget store like an Ollie's or something like that, which is if you're not from the US, it's basically just a bargain bin store where they sometimes sell like expired foods or cheap just cheap overstock products from other places. It's a good place to buy books if you want to buy brand new books because the sticker price will be $20 and you get them for $3. It's really good deals for stuff like that, which I'd recommend if you're not gonna like go thrift or like go look on eBay for it. But we was in one of those stores and they had a Peep with a little Christmas hat on it. I was like, "Oh, this is cool. I could take it." So then I made a I think I made like an Instagram page for it and I started posting random photos of it. And for some reason I was like, "You know what? I'm going to make some YouTube videos with it." So I made some dumb little videos with this Peep guy. And so he would do stupid little things. Originally it was for my little sister is what I did it for because she thought it was funny. So it would be little things like I'm pulling it up right now. I have a draft on there that I never posted from Minecraft. That's really weird. So it started with me just playing games with it. Like I like it was playing darts. It was playing Super Smash Brothers, playing Simon Says, and I don't know, just little funny things like that. And there's this one where I drew a photo and I like threw it in the toilet and then flushed the toilet or something random like that. Like it was just little like, oh, here's some fun videos for my little sister to see and stuff. So I ended up doing that, and then really funny things. I ended up exposing this very stupid thing to my school on accident because I remember I ended up commenting on my original Instagram with the this Instagram account, and then somebody I went to school with ended up looking into it and they found it. So then there's a huge spike in views on it, which is really funny because you can see when they found it because videos would get what 10, 15 views, and then there's just one video which completely just spiked up and got tons of views on it. Yeah, like it got like 23, and then everything was getting like 5 to maybe like 1 to 5 views on it and stuff. So It's it was just really funny. Oh, here's a video that got copyrighted, so that's interesting. So yeah, I did tons of random little video things on there, and that was where at least that part of it started for me was doing that. And so then that's kind of where that channel phased out from because I made some videos on there and then I just stopped. So at this point, if we're counting, I probably made at least 4 or 5 YouTube channels where I posted dumb things and then call it that. And the next one I made was one where I just talked about sports. I made like 3 videos, and then I never did more with it. I kind of wish I would have done more with that because that one's always been my passion to do sports things. I found the one channel has 4 subscribers. Okay, so see, as you can see, we're a bit of a pretty big deal around here. Oh, and then I just found another one that we're gonna have to talk about. So this is just a never-ending thing because I just made so many stupid YouTube channels and all kinds of little things. So that's where, and then so at this sports one, I made like 2 videos on it. I don't even have to save it to my phone anymore. I probably deleted the email and stuff. But yeah, like I made like a NFL game prediction or something little like that for it. But that's basically where that one ended. So the very next one I ended up looking for was probably see. I'm trying to think of because there's 2 I can go for. I'm trying to think of the one I just had. Okay. So basically it was like 2022-ish, 20 it was I think it was 21. The only reason I remember this is because I remember the president at the time had made a new rule for taxes, and that was the only reason I can pinpoint this date. But I started looking into reselling, which is basically you buy things and then sell for more, or you just sell stuff you had. So I was like looking into eBay, and I was selling things like that. And I made a TikTok for my my selling thing, and the video got like I got made a video got like 5,000 views. And the app I literally was selling on, which is Macari now, which is a little bigger than it was then. I remember they ended up commenting on that account and they like liked it or they followed me or some little funny things like that because I was gonna make a series of flipping a couple things into more things and stuff like that. So it was a very fun thing where I only ended up making a couple videos and then that died off, which is which has been my trend for a lot of this is I make a video, it does well, then I do nothing with it, and then it just dies off. I've had tons of fun ideas for YouTube and things like that, and it ended up never working out, funnily enough. So maybe that's where I need to go with this. Instead of, not uploading for 5 days, I need to lock in on one of my days off from work, make like 5 episodes, and post one every day to get caught up with things. Because, you know, we're going to be getting around the corner. We got a month and a half till we go to beta. So it's like we kind of got to lock in a little bit here and get some progress done because we're about to be climbing really quickly because the end of next year, we already moving I think we move into version 1.0. And that means we'll have the Inner Dragon and all kinds of stuff, and that'll fully start the climb because things are just gonna move really quickly. Obviously, there's gonna be big gaps like between 1.8 and 1.9, and then between the World of Color update, and then 1. No, yeah, between World Color and the aquatic update is a big jump, and then the one I was thinking of is 1.11 to 1.12 because 1.11 literally added nothing. It was such a bare and hollow update that a lot of people end up just forgetting it even existed. But yeah, so that's where that's where my mind is going with that. So we do gotta lock in and do more stuff like that. But yeah, I made that account, posted a little bit on it, and then I ended up making a YouTube and posting the two shorts. And the shorts got what, maybe 15 views or something on it. Nothing too crazy or mind blowing or stuff like that. So yeah, and with that, that leads into PB, where this all started. Not this channel, the original one. Well, as you know, I made an Instagram for it, and that's kind of where this started blowing up originally. Got what? How many followers I have when I made YouTube? Probably about 4 or 5 thousand followers before I ended up making the original Pokemon brackets one, which is at 173 right now. So I mean, subscribers, it's easily my most popular one. It has good metrics. It has all kinds of little stuff like that on it. But also on it, it's like, okay, I could do so much better because it's like I feel like I'm really bad at actually doing something once I have the idea for it. Because like I have the audience. It's just I haven't been bothered for the slightest to actually make something out of it. Which does really suck, which is definitely my biggest pitfall when it comes to content creation and all this kind of stuff is that's like crap, I could be doing so much more. I have 11,000 followers on Instagram. I could seriously go make content on other stuff like that, which could get views instead of, mostly my podcast, which doesn't even get too much. Like, let's look. In the past year, I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, I got 140 hours of views on Pokemon Bracket over the last year, which is great. That's tons. That's doing great things. Like, obviously, the last month here, it has 21 views for 5 hours, and everything's like double arrows down because I posted. And then, we go here live. We got 2.4 thousand views and 33 hours of watch time on here, which is super cool to see how this is actually growing. And as we record this, we're at 15 subs, so very cool as you see. Maybe, if we can get a sub an episode, I'll pump out 1,000 of these real quick and slowly mark our way up the tree. But yeah, it's been very interesting. At least how it's been going here for me. But yeah, Pokemon bracket ended up leading to that account, and now this is the side account. This is the plus. This is where all the sorry, this is where all the bonus content gets posted and the stuff like that. So that's kind of where this was going. I didn't know how long it is. I got like another 18 minutes of gameplay, which was kind of planned to show off for this. I know I wasn't going to use all of it because this is just me mining, looking for diamonds yet again after last episode's fail on it. So luckily things don't go nearly as bad. I mean, I won't spoil it because I don't remember exactly what happens, but I have a very basic idea of what happens with this. Again, this was recorded like literally a week ago, right after the day after I recorded the mess up for Quest for Diamonds. So, but yeah, I hope people have been enjoying this series as much as I have been. It's been a lot of fun to play Minecraft again and have joy for this game. It's something I've talked about as, nostalgia is just such a powerful tool, and it's such a big and important thing that I'm really happy to be able to do stuff with it. And I hope that this series does stuff for you guys too. As again, it is just some guy talking to his microphone, rambling half the time, or not talking much and not having inspiring gameplay or anything. Just enjoying old Minecraft, which obviously people did too, because that first video got tons of views. Like it's literally, which again, another pitfall I've talked about for this channel is the fact that I completely dropped the ball. Because the first video is 500 views. I'm like, it did great. It got tons of engagement. The problem is my audio sucked. I didn't make it too compelling. I kind of rushed it out and stuff like that. So I mean, I got 500 views, 11 hours of watch time. Like that's super cool. That's should be something I'd be building off of for the next one for more people. But instead, I had worse issue in the second episode. And now here we are, 11 episodes in, and I'm still trying to get this thing figured out. But also, I would rather take my time and figure this stuff out then. No, I'd rather make something that isn't the best and have fun with it and then slowly improve on my craft than just not making something and hoping that eventually I get better to post because that's missing out on stuff and all kinds of stuff. And plus, it adds to that old charm that I've talked about, which I miss from old YouTube of all the monotoneness and people just not knowing what they're doing and watching ideas form. I love watching like old videos of people who have like a formula and it's before they have it, or they like do things in a slightly different way, and then you realize it as they click. Like when they end an episode with like a certain saying that they do every time for 5 years, or just little things like that. Where like I love watching the beginning of it and be like, oh wow, this is where it started. This is so cool, and stuff like that. So that's one thing that I really do love about watching old YouTube or seeing things like that is just that, just watching their originality form and stuff like that. Because everybody starts off as a spinoff of somebody else, unless you come into this game with a unique idea, which no one ever comes to this unique idea. My idea right here can bounce off of probably 5 to 7 creators, realistically, of how you're gonna have see videos form, the way I talk, my comedy, what I think is funny, and like just the way I do things. So that's one of the awesome things about YouTube too, is that I can do something after watching for 10 years and be like, you know what, this is where I'm gonna plant my little flag. It's a little tiny one, but I'm planting my flag and I'm hoping to do more with it. But yeah, I do think that is where I'm going to end this one here. Maybe I'll use the rest of the footage extra I have here for a different talk over episode or stuff like that. But at least for the time being here, we don't die, we don't do anything crazy, and we end up going back up to the surface. So that was at least cool on my end. But yeah, that is all I had for this. Next episode, we're gonna get back to work on some outside stuff, work on some pathing, and things like that as we begin to look at the farming area, which we have talked about, and then also the train station's another one we're gonna look at. So big things coming in the future. Hopefully, I will see you guys tomorrow. And with that, I'll catch you next time. Bye.